everyone, and welcome to the program Business Point on Global Television. I am Samuel Odi. Many thanks for joining on today's edition of the program as I tend to bring you business update, global business update currently coming from Nigeria and also the international markets. We'll be starting from the home front where Naira yesterday appreciated to 1,590 Naira per dollar in the parallel market from 1,600 Naira per dollar as at last weekend. However, Naira depreciated to 1,549 Naira per dollar in the Nigerian foreign exchange market. Data published by the Central Bank of Nigeria showed that the indicative exchange rate for the Naira rose to 1,549 Naira per dollar from 1,548 Naira per dollar last week, Friday, indicating a 1 Naira depreciation from the Naira. Consequently, the margin between the parallel market and the Nigerian foreign exchange market rate narrowed to 41 Naira per dollar from 52 Naira per dollar as at last weekend. So looking at all of this now, based on the current realities that the Nigerian Naira is facing and being weakened, we are seeing a certain level of decline and also appreciation. So there's been a loggerhead going on. You all can agree with me since November last year, 2024, I beg your pardon. We've been able to witness that the Naira has been stabilized as at 1,500 until just this past weekend, where we saw that the Naira depreciated to 1,600 Naira in the parallel market. So with all of this now, initiatives are being put in place. Central Bank of Nigeria making sure that orders and more initiatives are being created that would help the Naira stabilize at 1,500 Naira as at projected by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We've seen all of that, and then initiatives are actually currently in place. But the Bureau de Change guys have this to say in light of the current depreciation and also the little appreciation that we witness in the Nigerian market, foreign exchange market. They made mention of the fact that a whole lot of government bodies making payments is one of the reasons why we are experiencing this certain level of depreciation for the Naira. And again, the Crude for Naira initiative that is almost coming to an end, though the NNPC and the Minister of Power, they are having conversations on how those proposal and those contracts will be renewed based on the fact that the Crude for Naira initiative is actually one of the initiatives created by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that would help the Naira stabilize and also remain afloat in the open market. So all of these concerns now are what Nigerians are complaining about, and they are hoping that this Crude for Naira initiative is going to be elongated instead of having it for just 6 months, as it started at the month of October and is set to end at the end of the month of March. So looking at all of this now, investor confidence is also one of the reasons why Naira would be able to be stabilized at 1,500. So we're looking at all of this. A whole lot of policies are being in place, though the Naira started its week on a bullish trend, and then the forecast for the week has actually said that Naira is expected to have a bullish trend all through this week. So we'll be looking forward and then see how Naira is going to rebound as the week continues. So we'll be moving away from Naira and dollar currently as we speak, and we'll have a conversation a little bit about cost of food items in the market. And currently the rebasing of the economy has shown a significant change in the current prices, and then Nigerian inflation, after the rebasing, the Nigerian inflation was at 24.5%, but now the month of February, the rebasing now has dropped to, the inflation, I beg your pardon, has dropped to 23.2%. So we are looking at all of those, but now the major cause of inflation globally has been food, and Nigeria is no exception to all of those. So now we are looking forward, and then Nigerians have reacted to the fact that, yes, of a truth, as the government have said, that food items are beginning to come down gradually as promised by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now let's bring you update from the markets where we had reactions from sellers and also consumers on the current price of food items currently Here are the reports.
According to recent data and the rebasing of the Consumer Price Index, food prices in the market have continued to experience a downtrend, largely attributed to the combination of factors which includes improved agricultural productivity, increase in global supply chain, and change in consumer demand.
We thank the Lord because everything has going down small. Before we are buying red oil, 2,200, but now is 1,800. Before Gary is 1,500, but now is 1,001. 1,000 difference. Yeah, something is coming down small.
The Tinubu try things where we get for Nigeria don't they come down small, but the one where then they bring from outside can we be frozen food, agree come down, and we they produce our own small. But we don't know whether they carry our own, they produce, they go outside country. But make President Tinubu try for us, please.
Despite the change in food price, sellers have complained about the low patronage from customers.
President Tinubu, make it work hard or make it reduce money. This thing has already come down, but no money to buy it.
Yeah, as they come down, money no come there. We get much buyers. People are complaining because of hardship. I beg, may government Tinubu try. We not say the easy, go feel now one person. And in Nigeria too plenty now, but we thank God. So I beg, would they beg Tinubu make it try for us, please. Make things come down so that people could see money buy.
Still on the rebasing of the current CPI that just occurred in the month of January 2025, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu attributed to the fact that Nigerians are going to experience suffering which wouldn't last for a long time. Nigerians have actually attributed to the fact that food items are gradually coming down as President Ahmed Tinubu attributed and promised. Samuel Odi reporting for Global Television News.
According
Many thanks for staying with us. And now that report says from consumers and also sellers, it shows that the Nigerian current food prices is actually coming down gradually. Now let's get right into it. And as Nigeria's inflation fell to 23.2% in the month of February, the second consecutive drop after the National Bureau of Statistics changed its methodology. Annual consumer price rose to 23.2% in the month of February from 24.5% in January, according to data by MBS in a report they released. Last month, the National Bureau of Statistics released a rebasing consumer price index data of 24.48% from 34.8%, according to the Bureau of National for the rebasing exercise was to provide an update methodology for capturing current household spending patterns and reverse the composition of countries' inflation baskets. Consequently, the MBS changed the price reference period based year from 2009 to 2024 and expand the nation's inflation basket from 740 items to 960 items. The decision to peg the 2024 as the new base year was significant as it was a period characterized by significant price pressure due to a combination of factors. So those factors now basically are the major causes of inflation. But currently, with the current rebasing of the economy from 2009 to 2024 is showing significant impacts. Remember, again, we are still going to backtrack to the 2025 budget, as always, where President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said that moving forward, Nigerian inflation is actually going to be dropped come December 2025 to 15%. Now, different combination of factors are being put in place to actualize that figure. So now we will see how all of that will happen. It's a very good strategy by rebasing the economy to 2024, which looks a bit stable, and then having the economy rebased and also the inflation measures come down. But the main aim, a whole lot of policy experts and also financial analysts have argued that it's actually going to be hard to have a single-digit inflation currently based on several factors that is affecting Nigerian economy. Insecurity is there, the cost of fuel price is there. There's currently a price war going on. Independent marketers are complaining about the over 400,000 filling stations within the borders that have been shut down. But custom officers are saying those stations need to be shut down to avoid smugglers to smuggle petrol out of Nigeria, based on the fact that Niger Republic now is suffering a downturn when it comes to deal with fuel, petrol products. So all of these things now are avenues being looked into that is actually going to help cut down the current inflation rates, which is at 23.2%, and the president's forecast is saying that he is going to reduce it to 15% come December 2025. So now we'll see how all of that plans out, and also see how the plan to have Nigerian naira stabilized at 1,500 to a dollar. We are also going to see how all of that would happen. Policymakers, financial analysts, and public affairs analysts have argued differently that the MBS are not actually being currently realistic with the current economy situation of Nigeria. But still, we are going to be working with the data that the MBS always release on the 15th of every month. So we'll have all of those conversations and more. But moving on away from the Nigerian inflation now, let's have a conversation around O-share index as it dips by 0.19% as at February, as at Friday. The O-share index actually ended on a bullish trend, but coming into this week, it dipped and then started off on a bearish trend, which is also a concern. The Nigerian market closed in a red dropping zone of 196.15 points to settle at 105,799.17 points. This decline translates to a 0.19 decrease from the previous day's closing value of 105,995.32, coinciding with a dip in the value in the trading volume. Daily trading volume fell significantly from 750.5 million the day before to 477.5 million, marking a sharp 36.38 decline percent. The market's capitalization ended the day at 66.3 trillion, firmly holding on to the 66 trillion threshold. Looking at all of these angles now, the market summary, opened today at 105,799.17 points. Previously, the ASI was at 105,995.22 points. The day to change was at minus 0.19%. Year-to-date performance is at plus 2.79%. Volume traded is at 477.5 million shares. Market capitalization remained its threshold at 66.3 trillion. The market's outlook for the O-share index may be poised for correction following the bearish trend seen throughout the month of March. If the market is not deemed overbought, it could present attractive opportunities for investors looking to buy at lower prices. So now for investors looking to buy at lower prices, this is actually the best time for these investors to go into the market and buy. But forecast again has also said if the market is not overbought as we speak currently, this could also be another avenue, that could present itself to opportunities for investors looking to buy at lower prices. So investment at the lower price is actually one of the best things that can happen to investors when they want to invest and when they go into the stock market. At least at the end of the day, they will have something more to smile about when the market rebounds and then get on its bullish trend. So we're expected to see that this month of March has actually, from focus and projection from the first week of March, it has showed that there will be a whole lot of bearish trend in the Nigerian O-share index, but that is also going to change based on the fact that towards the end of this month, this is the month of Ramadan, a whole lot of Ramadan purchases will be happening, and then all of that investments will be done, which will help give the O-share index, the Nigerian stock market, a bearish trend, a bullish trend come the next couple of days. We'll be going on a quick break, and then when we return back, we'll be having conversation around the price war going on within the world of oil. Stay with us, we'll be back. Many thanks for staying with us. Now let's get into the conversation. There have been price war going on within the crude oil, not just globally, it's also happening here in Nigeria, where marketers have called on FEC to intervene on the current realities of the price of oil in the market. That's talking about crude oil, and also the price of the the current price of petrol in petroleum stations, based on the fact that they said they are losing. Currently, let me bring you up to speed. WTI crude oil futures rose to around 67.8 dollar per barrel early hours of today, making a third straight section of gains aimed concern over supply distribution triggered by the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. Israel launched a larger scale attack on Gaza Strip earlier today, its first major strike since a ceasefire took effect in the month of January. Additionally, U.S. President Trump threatened to hold Iran responsible for any attack by Yemen's Houthis, intensifying his pressure campaign against the tyrant, also supporting price where expectations of a revived in a deemed from top oil market importers in China following the stimulus plans and strong economic data. However, gains may be crimped by prospects as that process on China-Ukraine peace talk could lead to an increase in supply. Donald Trump is set to speak with Russian President Putin later today about ending the war. Other key downside risks for oil was the escalating trade tension, which have raised concern about economic growth and energy demand. So looking at all of this now, the price war now that is going on globally, and the war within Israel and Gaza, as well as the current one that has been going on between Russia and Ukraine, has been a major concern. So looking at all of this now, Donald Trump will be having conversations later today with Putin in a means to resolve the war going on between Russia and Ukraine. So now, if all of those does happen, what does it mean for Nigeria? What does it mean for oil marketers here in the country? I think it's going to show an investment momentum, and then there will be a certain level of stability within the oil market. So with all of this going on currently as we speak, we should be expecting to see significance and a change. Natural gas also is also something that is actually rebounding, and then it's also on a bullish trend as we speak currently, since President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been advocating for Nigerians to venture into the compressed natural gas, which is safe and also very, very affordable for Nigeria based on the current economic situation that we have found ourselves in Nigeria. So we'll move away from that. Hopefully we'll get to see that the prices and then the war within Russia and Ukraine, and also the one going on within Israel and Gaza, would also be resolved, so that we would have global peace and stability. We are all ambassadors of peace over here. Moving on, let's have conversation around the cryptocurrency, where Bitcoin remains below 84,000 US dollar, and Pi, which just launched a couple of weeks ago, becomes the biggest losers. The global market cap dipped to $2.71 trillion, where Bitcoin, the world's oldest and most valued crypto, failed to rise above 84,000 US dollars marked earlier today. Other popular altcoins, including likes of Ethereum, Solana, Ripple, and Litecoins, landed in the red all across the board, as overall market fear and greed index stood at 25 out of 100. As per CoinMarketCap data, the Pancake Swap token became the biggest gainers with a 24-hour jump of nearly 22%. Pi became the biggest losers with a 24-hour loss of nearly 19%. The global crypto market cap stood at $2.71 trillion at the time of reporting this, registering a 24-hour dip of 0.89%. So looking at all of this now, the current price of Bitcoin, as at this time, Bitcoin price stood at $83,916, $83,916, registering a 24-hour loss of 0.78%, as Market Coin Cap released its data, and as well as Ethereum. Currently, as we speak, the price stood at $1,900 dollars, marking a 24-hour dip of 0.11%. So looking at all of this trajectory now, we've seen that policies of Donald Trump and then his tariff hike and threats to increase tariffs on other countries is also affecting the market currently as we speak. So we are looking forward to see how all of these markets will actually be stabilized. Africa now, let's look at Africa and then the adaptation of cryptocurrency. All of this has been adopted quietly and gradually, and all of these avenues now are what we're looking forward to help stabilize the currency. Looking at adaptation now, cryptocurrency is being adopted gradually, more, not even gradually anymore, on a rapid note here in Africa. And then we're looking forward to how it's actually going to be stabilized and how Africa, in the long run, will be able to benefit. But with the current insurgence or war going on within the Middle East, and also trade war going on in the current cryptocurrency world, is affecting negatively. So when all of this continues and when we have a certain level of stability within these regions and within this markets, then a whole lot of investors will be able to want to invest. But now, as it stands, for those investors who are looking to invest at the lower costs, I think this is the best time for them to invest with every other currency, because as Bitcoin is suffering, which is the mother of all coins, every other coin coming behind it is also having one significant challenge or the other. This is how much time will permit us to take on today's edition of Business Point. My name is Samuel Odi. I'll see you again as I bring you more business updates. You have a great day ahead. Bye for now.